Golden Wildfire. The end of the Alliance. It is the end of 1182. 4 moons have passed since Elmira attacked. Though the battle lines remain unchanged, Claude steadily schemes behind the scenes. History is about to be made.
Huh? Whoa, everyone's already here.
Yep, we were waiting on you, Hilda.
Whoops! But Claude isn't here yet, is he? He said he'd have something to tell us after the roundtable conference, so I figured it'd run late, as usual.
You got that right. Those meetings always seem to drag on forever.
Where's the love? These roundtables are supposed to symbolize the Alliance's ideals, you know.
Sorry about that. I was out of line.
No worries, my friend. That's exactly why we made the decision we did today.
What decision? Is that why you called us here?
Hold your horses. Everyone, listen up. As you know, the Leicester Alliance is governed through a Council of Representatives known as the 5 Great Lords. As the Alliance leader, it has been House Regan's responsibility to convene the Round Table and secure the approval of the other Lords on matters of policy. The Lords of the Alliance felt this was the best system to serve the welfare of their people. And in peacetime, maybe it was. But there's no denying that the roundtables have hindered our ability to respond swiftly to emergency situations. And it doesn't seem like Leicester's current state of emergency is going to end anytime soon. Which is why I put forth an important proposal at today's roundtable, one that's since been approved. As of today, the Leicester Alliance will be reborn as the Leicester Federation. All authority has been entrusted to the King of Leicester. And as it just so happens, I have been chosen to serve as the Federation's first king. With this, we'll no longer be held hostage by roundtable delays that leave us at the mercy of our enemies. I give you my word that I'll dedicate all my efforts to protecting and preserving Leicester. I hope I can count on all of your approval as well.
We reached this decision after exhaustive discussion. I imagine not everyone will approve, but we ask for your understanding.
I hope we can all accept our former leader as our new king and continue working together to defend Leicester.
So everyone, are you with me?
This must be why my father was in such a hurry to hand over leadership of our house to Holst.
The former Duke Goneril was a ringleader of sorts for the lords who opposed the establishment of the Federation. That said, he's been looking to put Holst in charge for a while now. Maybe this was just the perfect opportunity.
It seems I'll also have much to discuss with my father about House Ordelia's future. I imagine it's the same for you, right, Marianne?
Oh, yes. I suppose that's so.
It's just ridiculous to think that our Claude, of all people, is a king now.
Well, I think Claude will make a wonderful king.
Yeah, me too! Long live King Claude!
Huh. Didn't see that one coming.
Quite an abrupt twist, isn't it? He certainly didn't breathe a word of it to you.
No, he didn't. And to be honest, I appreciate that. It's not like I would have had any brilliant insight on the matter. Anyway, I'm happy for him. Now Claude's free to act as he sees fit. And I'm gonna keep supporting him, just like always.
Yes, I think that's probably for the best. Probably.
have received word from my father. He reports that public order is rapidly deteriorating in House Burgundy's territory.
Seriously? I've heard the same is true in the Seaward and Albany territories as well.
That's right. And as a result, some unsavory characters have strayed into Daphnal territory, causing trouble for us, too.
If they couldn't keep things under control, they should have come to me for help.
Those three houses have always been quick to align themselves with the strongest faction, be it the Central Church or even the Empire. That the three of them opposed the establishment of the Federation makes it all the more difficult to ask for help, no doubt.
If only it were that simple.
Is there something else about the matter that concerns you, Lady Judith?
I've heard some rumors that those three have been conspiring together of late. That there are plans in the works for all of them to defect to Fargus. The Viscounts may have been too busy plotting to secure their positions and deal with the growing chaos in their territories.
Now that I would believe.
I'm not sure if this is related, but there have also been some alarming sightings near their western borders.
Alarming in what way?
It's the Knights of Seros. Perhaps it's nothing, seeing as the kingdom is sheltering the Central Church within their borders, but...
Do you suspect that the Knights have been acting as intermediaries between the kingdom and those houses? If so, we cannot possibly turn a blind eye.
We can't say for sure if that's the case just yet, but there's no mistaking that civil unrest is running rampant in those territories. We need to mobilize the Federation army immediately and try to restore public order.
Wait a moment. Would it not make more sense to send envoys to the houses beforehand to learn more about the situation?
They just reply to our inquiries with some half-baked excuses. Giving them a heads up we're coming should be enough.
So you're ordering an immediate deployment, Your Majesty. It's nice how quickly things move around here without the Round Table.
That's the beauty of this. Lawrence, assemble the troops immediately.
Very well. At long last, it is time for the Federation to take its first steps.
That's right. We stand at the dawn of a new Leicester.
In actuality, hey!
Would you like to talk? Basically... That's appalling.
One step at a time.
I've got it!
What if we did this?
Will this work?
What?
Will this...
I've got an idea. I'll get everything ready.
One step at a time. How's that?
Hey!
Speaking of... How's that?
Absolutely.
I'm counting on you. Hey there, got time for a little chat?
I do, but don't you kind of have a lot going on right now? Oh, I should probably be using your title now, shouldn't I? Since you're a king and all, your majesty.
Call me whatever you want. I'm still the same Claude.
I was shocked when I heard you were going to be the king of Leicester. I never imagined you'd be able to unify the Alliance and make it all official.
Hey, it was your idea. Don't tell me you forgot.
Oh, right, the thing. The thing I definitely remember. That thing.
Are you sure? You're not filling me with confidence in your memory here. You said that the Alliance should get rid of the Round Table system so we could act more decisively.
Oh yeah, I did say that. But I didn't expect you to remake the whole Alliance as a federation, whatever that is.
Alliance, Federation, they're the same thing with different names. I just established something new to get rid of the old system.
Huh. I guess it makes sense when you put it that way.
You're a strange one, you know that? I find myself actually wanting to open up to you. It's probably because you don't seem to have any strings attached. Makes it easy to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm just a wandering mercenary. All my life, I've never had many relationships to speak of.
Right. You were taken in pretty young, weren't you?
Yeah, I don't remember any of it, but that's what my mom told me.
The lady who raised you, what kind of person was she?
How do I put it? It was like she could do anything. She taught me all sorts of stuff. We lived in a small village deep in the mountains. It was a humble life, and I didn't interact much with the other villagers. Then one day, my mom suddenly got sick and passed away, and I was booted out of the village. I had to use everything she taught me just to stay alive after that.
So, you were left to face the world all alone after they kicked you out, huh?
The whole time, yeah. I became a mercenary, but the groups I joined didn't last for long, so I ended up drifting from one place to the next. And that's how I ended up like this, completely untethered.
I see. You know, I think I understand you a little better now.
Though I suppose I can't say for certain that I don't have any connections.
You mean your power?
Yeah. I still have no idea what it actually is, or who my real parents are.
Just remember that no matter what you find out, it won't change who you are. Just like how becoming a king hasn't changed who I am.
Hi there.
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use.
Oh, man.
Greetings, friend. Anyway...
Actually, I'm at a loss.
What can I do for you? Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. What do you think?
Let's see...
Ah.
Got a minute?
What do you think?
Right on.
Oh.
So, that's right. In short,
What do you say?
Oh, it's you.
Hunger is the true enemy.
So...
Wow.
Thanks.
Come back whenever you're hungry. Hunger is the true enemy.
So... Hey.
I can...
Come back whenever you're hungry.
Care to make yourself useful? We all must do our care to make yourself useful. We all must do our care to make yourself useful. We all must do our care to make yourself useful. We all must do our care to make yourself useful. We all must do our fair share to make yourself useful. We all must do our fair share. Oh no! Oh no! Up for some training?
Greetings.
Training can be the difference between victory and defeat.
I still have some.
Time to work you into shape.
I hope
A new challenge.
Time to work you into shape. Time to work you into shape. With proper training, you'll be unstoppable.
Did you know?
Meh.
I can't. Please.
In all honesty,
So, yeah.
You sure?
Oh, man.
Listen.
That's how it goes.
Hello.
Hey!
Well, how'd it go? Any result's a good result.
Hilda, did you get hurt at all?
Nope, I'm totally fine. I'm super glad we won that battle today.
Me too. But it was touch and go for a moment there. Make sure you're not overdoing it, okay?
Is that what it seemed like? I didn't think I was pushing myself at all.
I mean, you were way up in the front with me. Didn't you say you wanted to hang back and relax?
What can I say? When I saw you up there, I couldn't help but chase after you. Despite all that stuff I said, I guess I do still worry.
But I thought worrying about people like me was a waste of time.
Well, that's what I thought. But it turns out you and my brother are different after all.
So, what you're saying is... it's different because we're friends and he's family?
No, that's not it. My friends are just as important to me as my brother. Look at it this way. I could cheer for you till I'm blue in the face, but if I'm stuck all the way in the back, you won't even notice. And I'd lose track of you in all the commotion.
Yeah, I guess that's what would happen.
So, how am I supposed to cheer for you if I don't get up close?
But you weren't cheering. You were actually participating in the battle.
Hey, it's not my fault there were so many enemies up there. They forced my hand. I'd have been in danger if I hadn't fought back. I get the feeling that you have some kind of problem with me being so close by.
No, not at all. Why would I?
Glad to hear it. And this way, you get to see all my valiant deeds up close. You've got to be happy about that, right?
I'm not sure happy's the right word, but I'm definitely grateful for your help. You're pretty strong, too, you know. You really are Hulk's little sister. I can't think of anyone I'd rather have watching my back.
Oh, please don't say that. I can't handle that kind of responsibility. Our win wasn't because of me or anything. You know I'm basically a weakling, right?
After seeing what you can do, weakling isn't what comes to mind. But I guess you can seem shaky out there sometimes.
Exactly. So shaky. That's why it's up to you to make sure I'm perfectly safe during battles.
Of course I will. But aren't you supposed to be cheering me on so I don't die?
I'm obviously going to do that. And in exchange, you protect me. It'd be a little selfish of you to get all that encouragement for free, don't you think?
Right, if you say so. I think I've lost the thread of this conversation.
That's okay. The point is, we just gotta stick together and keep doing our best.
That's not true at all.
But... Oh, look who it is.
You really don't look like a kid. You shouldn't worry about it.
You think so?
Yeah. Now that I really look at you, I think you're a very pretty young woman. You act real mature, too.
Oh, you're just saying that. I'm not like that at all.
Excuse me? Just what do you think you're doing?
Whoa! What's wrong, Lysithia?
You were speaking to a girl just now, correct?
Just now? Oh, yeah, I was. What about it?
Care to explain that line you fed her?
What? Did I say something weird?
Allow me to refresh your memory. Now that I really look at you, I think you're a very pretty young woman. You act real mature, too. You said the same exact thing to me, remember? I'm not a fool, you know. So what? You just go around spouting off the same lines to everyone?
Whoa, wait, just calm down. I know, that was wrong of me, but I do have an explanation.
By all means, enlighten me.
Just hear me out. You might have noticed, but giving advice isn't exactly my strong suit. And yet, for some reason, people always ask for my opinion on their problems. I never know what's best, or how to respond. So, I memorized a bunch of lines from some stories so that I'd at least have something to say. and it just so happens one of those lines is complimenting a girl.
So what you said didn't come from you, but rather some fictional character?
Yeah, that about sums it up. I'm really sorry.
And then when people have asked for your advice, you've just parroted back some meaningless words. I can't believe you!
I thought it would be better than people getting mad at me for being honest.
Hearing the truth is always more preferable. So tell me now, what do you honestly think of me?
To be honest, half the time I don't even understand how I feel myself. But if I had to put it into words, I'd say... you make me smile when you're around. You're interesting, all the time. When I'm with you, it's like I never want to leave.
Oh. Is that so? Very well. I will endeavor to keep that in mind. I apologize for pressing you. I have matters I must attend to right now. So,
I wanted to tell her that she's fun and I never get bored around her, but it came out all weird. Ah, well, hopefully she got it.
I admit this is not ideal. We should retreat and regroup.
What did you expect? You practically waltzed right up to an enemy patrol.
I thought if I pretended to be an ally and struck up a friendly conversation, they wouldn't notice.
That's why I tried to stop you. Not even the greenest rookie would mistake you for an ordinary soldier.
Regardless, it was a learning experience, so our efforts were not entirely in vain. Now let's head back before the enemy finds us.
They've probably got a bunch of search parties out looking for us. We might draw too much attention if we're together. Splitting up will improve both our chances. I'm sure you'll have no trouble on your own.
That's fine by me. It'll be easier for you to slip by on your own as well. Let's rendezvous in front of the nearest Allied encampment. We should arrive before dawn.
Got it. Good luck out there.
You as well.
Finally. Don't know how, but I made it back without getting spotted. Took longer than I expected, though. I wonder if Holst got back before me. Doesn't look like it. He knows this area better than me, so I doubt he got lost. Could he have been captured? Is that Holst?
What's that? Ah, you made it. Apologies, I must have dozed off. I was up all night fighting.
Fighting? So the enemy found you?
Quite the opposite, in fact. I happened to stumble upon one of their guardhouses and figured I should destroy it. I kicked down the door, only to find myself staring down a platoon of heavily armed soldiers.
You didn't even check before you went in? Bold.
And that's when their reinforcements showed up. I had to deal with them as well.
Yet, here you are, safe and sound.
Safe, maybe, but completely exhausted. I probably should have looked before I leapt.
That's for sure. Another lesson learned, eh, Holst?
That's right. There is no end to what the battlefield can teach us, and I'm a lifelong learner. Care to accompany me again sometime? Or have you grown tired of my antics?
Hey, I'd be glad to tag along. I've still got a lot to learn. After all, there's never a dull moment with you around.
I'll take that as a compliment. I think you and I truly make the best of partners.
That's hilarious. Who knew there could be a Merc like that?
Yeah, he'd say it with a completely straight face, too. I take my pay in apples. This guy would storm onto the battlefield lugging around a sack full of apples. Truly one of the strangest things I've ever seen.
I guess you could say he was hungry for battle. Wish I could have seen that myself.
He was probably the best smelling guy out there. I'll give him that. That reminds me. Remember when you asked about my past?
Yeah, sorry if that was out of line. I shouldn't have pried.
No, it's okay. Actually, I thought I would tell you, if you're still interested.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. It's not much of a story anyway. Besides, it's already been 7 years. I used to belong to an organization that was less a group and more like one giant mercenary state. Not the kind of place you go for building bonds of trust and camaraderie. Still, there was one person there who I thought of as a partner. As you can probably guess, he was killed. And that was that.
Yeah, that's how these stories always end. I know it was a long time ago, but I'm really sorry. But why'd you want to tell me all of a sudden? I thought you hated talking about your past.
I felt a little guilty. You shared your story with me earlier, but I didn't tell you mine. At the time, I wasn't about to go telling some stranger all about my past. But now I think you're at least somewhat trustworthy. So I told you. That's all.
Seriously? Wow. I'm really happy to hear that, especially from you.
Why? Everyone here adores you. I'm sure you hear stuff like that all the time.
All the time? Come on, that's an exaggeration. I've always felt that you were a more distinguished mercenary than me. Earning recognition from a merc I respect is a real honor.
So if you see me as some sort of senior mercenary, I guess that makes me the mentor in this relationship.
I guess.
I see. All this time I've been treating you like an equal, but maybe I should have been taking you under my wing instead.
How would you feel if I took you up on that? Seems like fun.
Yeah, well, you know what else is fun? Any person I mentor has to pay for drinks. All of them.
No way! What kind of deal is that?
Just a joke, sorry. I have no intention of treating you any different.
I should have known. That's why I like you, Shamir.
Hey, Claude.
Oh, Hilda. What's up?
Ugh, don't ask. It's just been one meeting after another lately, and they all drag on forever.
What, bored of them already? Can't say I disagree with you there. But we've taken the Alliance in a brand new direction as the Lester Federation. Of course, not everything has to change, but the things that do need to get decided soon. So it's only natural we have so many meetings, right?
I know. But if you ask me, these are more of a hassle than any round table ever was. Honestly, Claude, I never thought you'd end up as our king. It's kind of weird, you know?
Well, I had a lot of opinions coming at me from all different directions, and this ended up being the solution I came up with. Hard times like these call for more than the Round Table was ever capable of. We need a fierce leader willing to face the world.
I get what you're going for, but having that leader be a king, I don't know, it makes me uncomfortable.
I get it. But trust me, everything I'm doing right now is what needs to be done.
Hey, Claude, is this really what you wanted? To be the king of Lester? You always struck me as the kind of guy who went wherever the wind took him, a free spirit. Someone who would find someone else to lead and nag them into taking the job. But right now, I get the feeling that your role and everything that comes with it are keeping you tied down.
No, I wanted to rule. I'm sure of that. But I didn't realize that's how you saw me.
Claude, you're not alone. We're here for you. Yet off you went, taking the throne all by yourself. Were we just getting in your way?
Of course not. It's honestly because I have you all that I was able to make that decision. I know I'd never be standing where I am now without the support each and every one of you has given me.
If that's true, then you shouldn't be so afraid to ask us for help. I'm more reliable than I look, you know.
Right. I'll be sure to take you up on that, Hilda. I mean, I did think I was already doing it, but I guess it wasn't enough.
Oh, definitely not. You've got a lot to learn from me, Claude. I'm practically an expert at relying on people for help.
Nobody tops you in that regard, that's for sure. I'd be honored to have you as my teacher.
Claude, I am well aware that we Lester nobles will be cooperating with the Imperial forces moving forward. But House Gloucester has always prided itself on an amicable relationship with the Empire. This changes little for us.
I guess you're right. Your father did head up the pro-imperialist faction, after all.
Yes, until your wicked schemes severed their ties.
Do you really have to bring that up again? I thought I apologized for that.
I am simply stating the truth. If such words ring out as criticism to your ear, perhaps your conscience is the problem. But what I mean to say is, my house already had the foresight to do this previously. Your actions now are mere imitation.
I can see your point, though the logic is a bit forced.
It naturally follows that House Regan does not deserve to sit upon the Federation's throne. No, the people yet yearn for their rightful rulers, House Gloucester.
I'm pretty sure that's just your ego talking. I don't think people really feel that way.
Do not misunderstand. I am not opposed to your being king, for the moment at least. But your reign was granted by a round table conference, not blood, making you nothing more than an appointed monarch. And a temporary one, if I may. House Regan does not hold this position by birthright, and it will not stay with you in the future. No, the next to be put forth as king will be, why, of course it shall be, me, Lawrence Helman Gloucester. Some even propose I ascend the throne immediately if you begin to teeter toward ruin.
Yeah, you're really letting your ego run wild here. But I have to admit, the idea of a non-hereditary monarchy does sound interesting.
Doesn't it, though? My capacity for such thoughts is proof enough that I am suited to be king.
But I can't stand to think about going back to making that decision via round table. It'd be no different from how we used to do things in the Alliance.
Oh? Then how will we decide?
How about letting the people of Lester choose? Left to their own devices, they'd probably pick whoever they thought would be the best able to protect them. Sounds pretty good, huh?
A preposterous suggestion. Is this in earnest? Though, such a method would prove a great boon for House Gloucester. The common folk in our territory have the utmost trust in us, after all.
And for once, I think that's fact, not ego talking. You do realize it would be the whole of Leicester choosing, though, right?
Not a problem. Our just rule is known far and wide through every mountain and ravine of Fodlan, I think. But let us set that matter aside for now. That is not what I came here to tell you. You should know, the role of king within the Federation is as of yet unstable. Proceed with caution, lest it all come crashing down around you.
You're right. Unlike the Empire to our south and Kingdom to our west, the goddess's guidance didn't grace the founding of our Federation. So the role of king is a fragile one, held aloft only by the people supporting them. I'll be careful, just as you say. And thank you, Lawrence. I think I might just get through this with my wits intact if I have you here next to me.
Please do not get the wrong idea. I simply do not wish to see my beautiful home succumb to the foul clutches of despair.
Of course, of course. And I hope you keep coming to me to voice all your complaints. I'll be counting on you, Lawrence.
Fresh air. Time to get out of here and shake things up.
Sneaking off in the dead of night again, Balthus? Is it too much to ask that you not break every rule in the book?
Yeah, hey, host. Sure is a pleasant evening for a little stroll, yeah?
You can't honestly believe I'd fall for that. You know I'm going to have to write you up for this.
You have to do what you have to do, I guess. Or you could just come with me. What do you say?
If you haven't noticed, I'm trying to help you. Oh, very well. I'll join you.
Thought so. An upstanding guy like you would never... Hold on, back up a sec. You're actually coming? You?
That's right, Balthus. On one condition. I decide where we're going tonight.
Fine by me, but what's your game here? You've never been one for bending the rules.
Make no mistake, I went through the proper channels to get leave to go off base tonight. For the both of us, actually.
Oh, okay. Wait, for me too? Alright, your turn to share, pal. Hard as it is to believe, there are only so many tales about the storied king of grappling, and you've heard them all, twice.
Very well. The truth is, Balthus, I'm gravely worried about Hilda.
Oh yeah? What's been going on?
Her behavior has been peculiar as of late.
She seemed fine when I ran into her today. You sure you're not just imagining things?
No, something is off. I'm certain of it. She's been giving me the cold shoulder.
Have you tried talking to her? You could ask what her deal is.
Of course I did. But whenever I try to broach the subject, she just walks away. I don't remember doing anything that would have made her so upset. What has happened to my darling little sister? Tell me, Balthus.
Don't look at me, I'm as stumped as you. Maybe she's just at that age where she wants some independence. Though, she's still all, Balti do this and Balti do that with me, come to think of it.
Here I am, pouring my heart out, and you have the gall to brag about my sweet sister's attentions. Unbelievable.
You really lose your cool when it comes to Hilda, you know that? Let it be known that on this day, the mighty host, Defender of Leicester, revealed his true colors.
I'd gladly give up my reputation if that's what it takes to get Hilda back to normal.
I don't think that's gonna fix whatever's going on with her, pal.
Bernadetta? What are you doing here? Uh-oh, looks like I'm interrupting. I'll be going.
Leonard! Listen to me! Remember the two people we saw out on a date here? Well, the guy died.
Sadly, that sort of thing does happen. Another tragic love story for the books, I suppose.
I really believed they'd live happily ever after, and I can't take it ending like this. It's so awful.
Perhaps so, but this is the result of the Empire choosing war.
But I thought the power of their love for each other would see them through, safe and sound.
You expect too much from love. Yes, there are instances where emotion allows the body to go beyond the bounds of what should be possible, but the effects are quite minor. It's certainly not going to bring the dead back to life.
I know that, Linhart. I just think it's sad. I mean, don't you think it's sad?
If pushed, yes, I would consider that to be sad.
What is wrong with you?
I didn't even know the man's name. Also, plenty of our enemies die, so why are we only sad for allies?
Because they're, our allies?
I wouldn't want you to die, of course. That would make me quite sad.
And I don't want to see you die either, Linhart. I'd cry even more if you died. Just the thought of it makes me...
Oh dear. Please don't cry over things that haven't happened yet.
Oh no! That's what I'm doing! I'm so sorry, Linhart.
It's fine. But to that point, let's just make sure you and I both survive this war together. If we can do that, what you said will have come true and I'll happily apologize.
Apologize? For what?
For disputing the idea that two people's feelings for each other can help them overcome the risk of death. After all, the two of us surviving the war would refute any arguments I've made to the contrary.
Oh, I get it! So you and me and the power of our feelings for each other could... wait, our what now?
All of this earnest conversation has me exhausted. Time for some sleep.
Again? No! Don't you dare fall asleep on me now! If you do that, I'm leaving you here!
What a rest. What's going on there?
Is this really happening? Oh, my prayers have been answered.
When I was about to die, your face floated into my mind, and then a miracle happened.
It seems reports of his death in battle were greatly exaggerated. I'll have to let Bernadetta know. Although given her sensibility, she's as likely to think he's a ghost as she is to be happy about it.
Hey there.
Oh, Holst. What's going on?
Our king has agreed to meet with the Adrestian Emperor.
Claude's gonna talk to Edelgard?
Yes, and you'll be joining us. You're the only reliable bodyguard we could find on such short notice.
Okay then. Lead the way.
It's good to see you again, Claude. Congratulations on your coronation as the first king of the Lester Federation.
What's this? The Empire has officially recognized our Federation? Why, Edelgard, I'm touched. But I did have my heart set on an apology. You launched an unprovoked attack against us after all.
Attack? The Empire merely responded to an invitation from Viscount Acheron of House Phlegethon. Alas, fortune turned against him at the Great Bridge of Myrden, and he perished in the battle. As a result, we did garrison our army in Gloucester territory for a brief time. But I would hardly call that an unprovoked attack.
Huh. And dead men tell no tales, right? Although I'll grant you that he sold us out to the Empire.
Whatever transpired, the Empire and the Alliance did end up at war with one another. And I do not deny that the Imperial Army caused harm within Alliance territory. We are prepared to offer appropriate restitution for that.
That works. We'll take tangible resources over insincere apologies any day. We can hash out the definition of appropriate later. Want to move on to the real reason we're here?
Yes, by all means. I trust you read my letter? The Central Church must be eliminated before Fodlan can be reborn. Your help would go a long way towards accomplishing that.
Oh, I read it all right. And from a personal standpoint, it's something I can get behind. But as the leader of the Federation, I can't say the same. You can't expect the people of Leicester to embrace this Southern Church that you've dredged up out of nowhere.
I must take issue with that assertion. The Southern Church has a long and storied history in Fodlan.
Nonsense. You hastily resurrected some dusty old sect and appointed the Empire's own Minister of Religious Affairs as its bishop. Do you honestly expect us to acknowledge such an obvious sham?
None of us will shed any tears if you do not. Nor did we truly expect that you would.
We do not care where the Federation places its faith, so long as it is not in the Central Church.
So all you're looking for is a little cooperation in taking them down? And I assume the Kingdom's on your hit list too, since they've given them sanctuary.
I understand the Federation faces challenges of its own. Surely you would prefer a quick return to stability at your borders with the Empire?
Oh? I'd like to hear a little more about these challenges you think we have, but maybe now isn't the best time.
Claude, we want stability. The decision is yours to make. Knowing you, I am certain you will carefully consider the costs and benefits, rather than let emotions dictate your decision.
All right, I'm in. Holst, do you feel satisfied with those terms?
Everything looks good to me. I'm especially glad we found a solution to the control of Myrden.
Hubert, I trust you have no objections?
None, Your Majesty. All that remains is the placement of your seals.
Then let us conclude our discussions for now, and go inform the world that Adrestia and Leicester have joined forces for a brighter future.
Sounds like a plan to me. I, Claude von Regan, King of the Leicester Federation, hereby swear this pact. Leicester pledges to work in harmony with the Adrestian Empire, and do everything in its power to secure a peaceful future for Fodlan.
By the covenant between the red blood and the white sword that crowns the double-headed eagle, I, Edelgard von Hresfeld, hereby swear this pact. Adrestia pledges to work hand in hand with the Lester Federation to deliver peace to the land and secure a future for all its people.
The pact is sealed.
And now it is our job to uphold it.
I'm sure you noticed how Edelgard wouldn't even deign to acknowledge your existence. How empty does it make you feel to witness history marching forward without any say in which direction it takes?
I never wanted to be the one making history. That's too big a role for a humble mercenary. That said, I don't know about this. The kingdom and the church are suddenly our enemies now? Is everyone really just gonna get on board with that?
Allow me to aid you in battle.
The fight starts now. I'm gonna survive. I swear it! Yeah, we can win this!
Retreat!
Wounds are severe. I have to fall back.
You're done!
Mind if I do?
Looks like we got a live one. Time to get in there and fight.
Let's get this started.
Time to make a name for ourselves. Leave it to me. Here, all we've got.
Wounds are severe. I have to fall back.
That's how it's done.
I'm unstoppable. You always come through for us. Even more than I expected.
I'm sorry. We weren't strong enough.
Let's carve a swath through the battlefield.
I'm sorry. We weren't strong enough. Happy to help. No problem. What's I got it for me.
This place won't be a problem anymore.
Sorry. That takes care of that.
my turn, you know.
Take a breather.
Oh, we can skip my turn, you know.
Take a breather. Happy to help.
My turn. Don't mind if I do.
I knew we'd pull out the win. To sum up, we've agreed to an armistice with the Empire. From now on, our enemies are the Kingdom and the Church of Seros.
The church is our enemy now? You say it like you're just moving pieces on a chessboard.
To be clear, this is not a repudiation of the teachings of Seros themselves. All we're aiming for is the dissolution of the Central Church.
That would mean killing Lady Rhea. Is that really the right thing to do?
I didn't speak with them very much, but Sedith and Lady Rhea didn't seem like bad people.
Those two aren't what they seem to be. If what the Empire says is true, that is.
I hate to say it, but it sure sounds like you let the Empire talk you into buying the whole store.
Look, the Empire is obviously trying to use us as a means to their own end. But do you honestly think I'd agree to a deal that sets them up better than us? I'm using them right back. The balance of power in Fodlan has already collapsed. If we just sit on the sidelines, our position is only going to get weaker. By cooperating with the Empire, we can expand our influence and power as much as they do, if not more. This is the only way we can end the war quickly while maintaining Leicester's independence.
And for that purpose, you would throw Fargus to the wolves, despite holding no animosity towards them?
You and I may not hold any grudges, but if you look to our history, you'll see it was the Kingdom who tossed us to the wolves first. When our people were fighting for independence from the Empire, Fargus attacked and conquered Leicester for themselves. And even after we finally won our freedom in the Crescent Moon War, they've continued to meddle in our affairs, like causing that rift in House Daphnel.
Yes, well...
Besides, they're harboring the Central Church, and I can't condone that. I've always been skeptical of that dogma they preach. It's just a way for them to force their own belief system onto everyone else. Their creed legitimizes Fodlan's system of nobility, which values crests above all else and leaves no room for people of different backgrounds or faiths. And if what the Empire says is true, then I couldn't even begin to count the number of crimes the Central Church has committed.
Claude, are you saying that you intend to destroy our current system of nobility? Because that...
I have news. A battle has broken out in ALL between Imperial troops and the Knights of Seros.
The Imperial Army has already stationed troops as far north as ALL?
That's a little too close to Daphnel territory for my liking.
It seems Catherine is commanding the Knights. The Imperial troops are in for a serious fight.
Catherine was definitely the strongest out of all the Knights of Seros.
What shall we do, Your Majesty? If we're to honor the pact we just signed, we should go and reinforce the Imperial troops.
Yeah, you're right.
Not so fast. We have not finished our conversation. Just what exactly are your intentions for Fodlan, Claude?
Honestly, I want to break this place wide open and tear down every last one of its insular customs. If we can't do that, then there's no real path forward. Now is the time to steel ourselves and take action.
Are you sure? How exactly are you planning to explain all that to the people in the Federation who adhere to the Church's teachings?
Oh, I already have something in mind. In fact, I'll need your help to see it through.
Well, you'll have it. I just hope whatever you've got up your sleeve is actually a good idea.
It is. Judith, Lawrence, I need you to trust me and follow my lead for now, okay? Now, let's go wipe out those knights near Daphnel territory. Everyone, prepare to move out.
You good with this, Shamir?
I told you before, I'm not part of the Knights of Saros anymore.
But we're gonna be fighting Catherine this time. Didn't you two used to be real close?
We were partners back then, but that's all in the past. Now we walk our own paths. I won't hesitate to do what must be done.
Not even a hint of doubt. She really is something. The fight starts now.
Hurry! They're waiting for our help.
We have to turn this around.
I beg your assistance at once.
That's how it's done.
Can't let it end like this.
Is that all we've got?
Don't mind if I do.
I beg of you.
We've got a friend in trouble.
Help!
Comes! Take this! You're done!
Happy to help. Nice.
Thank you. I'll repay you somehow.
Allow me to fight alongside you.
This place won't be a problem anymore.
That's it for us.
All would be lost if I were to die here.
This is just the beginning.
Nothing beats seeing you kids all grown up and gallant.
So glad we made it there in time.
I have a proposal. I would carry this out effortlessly.
You there. Let's earn our keep.
I guess I can put in a little work.
Yeah, we can win this.
I've got a real bad feeling about this.
I spy a gate that needs guarding. May I?
Drive them straight into their graves!
I got it done.
Nice one.
Attack! Give them no corner!
I knew this was a possibility.
We've got a strong hold on this stronghold.
Witness our valiant efforts.
Yeah, let's do this.
You shall pay for this, you hear?
Look at me go! Many small victories make for one great step.
You got that many already? You're seriously strong.
Don't mind if I do.
Looks like you got one tough fight on your hands.
We need some help, and fast!
you'll make this fun for me. You shall pay for this, you hear? Retreat! I'm sorry. We weren't strong enough.
A successful mission.
No more standing and watching. I'm not alone in this fight.
Nice one.
Yeah! Wins all around.
Greetings.
For victory! Here goes.
I won't lose. Not now.
Yeah, I'll give it everything I've got.
Let's show them what we've been training for.
Here. We've got a strong hold on this stronghold.
I've got a real bad feeling about this.
That went perfect.
Here.
Glee. All thanks to me, of course.
I'm not alone in this fight.
Go you!
I know you'll make good use of this place.
It's no use. We can't gain any ground.
What's next?
I've got a real bad feeling about this.
They'll be cheering my name throughout Fodlan. Don't you think?
You're gonna leave me in the dust if I'm not careful.
Wait for me, everyone. I'll be back.
We won't let this opportunity go to waste.
I've got a real bad feeling about this.
We need your help.
place!
Let's carve a swath through the battlefield.
I've got a real bad feeling about this.
Looks like we got a live one. Time to get in there and fight.
This is all my fault. This is all my fault.
I did it! I'm not dead!
I'm impressed.
We did it! Mission complete!
This victory belongs to all of us.
Hey!
The fight starts now.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, we can win this.
No more standing and watching!
Don't mind if I do. Enemy down.
Sterling work!
Here it comes. See ya! You're done.
See what we can do.
This is just the beginning.
That's what you're really capable of? My heart's pounding.
defeat here. Looks like we got a live one. Time to get in there and fight.
I do hope you'll make this fun for me.
This battle will make a fine stage for my debut.
On to the next one. You always come through for us, even more than I expected.
That's how it's done.
Too easy.
You always manage to motivate me.
I'll win the next one too, if I just stay focused.
I see. What do you think?
Let's earn our keep.
We can't let them take this land. Defend it to the last.
We've got an uphill battle ahead of us.
This is bad.
We've got a strong hold on this stronghold.
Is that all we've got?
I'm not alone in this fight.
Nice one.
I gotta fall back.
It started. I know you'll make good use of this place. They'll be cheering my name throughout Fodlan, don't you think?
You got that many already? You're seriously strong.
So this is defeat. I'm sorry.
How can I face my comrades after this?
I spy a gate that needs guarding. May I?
We cannot allow the battle to continue trending this way.
Capture the feisty ones. They're worth more alive. Let's seal the deal.
I do hope you'll make this fun for me. Call this place a gate, because it has been kept. Another.
Hey there. Need something? See you around.
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use.
Hey there. Need something? Is this it? See you around.
Hiya.
Listen. Excellent.
Let's see.
Training can be the difference between victory and defeat. Training can be the difference between victory and defeat.
I wish this was...
Time to work you into shape.
Yep.
One step. I'll be...
Can't wait to see how you do.
Care to make yourself useful? We all must do our care to make yourself useful? We all must do our fair share.
What do you say?
You should hear this.
From the looks of it, I'd say the Knights of Seros have the Imperial forces on the back foot.
The Imperial army is being led by Randolph, one of Count Burgley's relatives. He's supposed to be quite a formidable warrior. But then again, he's up against Thunder Catherine. Hard to consider him the favorite in that fight.
Even so, it doesn't look like the battle will be decided anytime soon. We can afford to take our time.
But won't things get real bad for the Imperial Army if we don't bail them out soon?
I'm sure they will. But if we rush in without a solid plan, we'll be the ones getting stuck with the business end of Thunderbrand. We'll swoop in with a surprise attack right when their defeat seems all but certain. For now, we should prepare for the battle ahead.
I've seen that look before. Claude's got another scheme brewing.
Does he? I still can't tell what's going on in that guy's head.
We should move before the Imperial army is wiped out. Launch the surprise attack!
What army is that? Wait, are they attacking us?
Federation armies come to our aid. Now we can assist Lord Randolph.
The Federation army has come to our rescue? I thank you. We don't have to worry about attacks from the rear now.
Leave this to me. I will not waver.
If we really want to take out Thunder Catherine, this is the best way to play it.
Claude, is something wrong?
It's not you.
You can count on me.
Randolph, you can sense you're outmatched, can't you? You have no hope of winning. Surrender now!
I've been gradually gaining reinforcements. Now is my chance to seize victory.
You can count on me.
We did it! Now the Imperial army can rally their forces.
We'll hold here until all the commanders going to aid Randolph reach the stronghold.
Is everyone ready? Then let's hurry to Lord Randolph's aid!
attack to be successful, it needs to be executed quickly. Or that's what I read in the book on tactics, anyway.
The Imperial Army has rallied. They might turn the tables on us at this rate. Main forces with me. I'm going to strike right in the center. Everyone else, circle around behind the enemy. Move back!
Thunder Catherine is on the move. Now's our chance to capture the enemy strongholds.
Now we can cover ground more quickly.
The Imperial Army will scatter if Randolph falls. Keep advancing!
Enemy messenger? You're not getting past me.
I guess running away is our only option.
Do not let any of them escape. We take all of them down right here, right now. Well, couldn't hurt.
I'd heard the rumors,
Yeah, let's do forward.
but I never imagined she was this strong.
Claude, are you certain this is the best course? The Imperial Army is struggling.
Yeah, that's just what I expected. Right now, we need to get a move on and capture those strongholds.
At this rate, the Imperial Army's gonna get crushed. Shouldn't we go help them?
What is the Federation Army doing? I thought they rushed to our side.
Hey, Claude, we need to get out there and help the Imperial Army or it'll be too late.
I hear you, but capturing the strongholds takes priority. Make sure everyone knows that.
I see you've made your choice, Randolph. Ha! Ha!
Is this the end?
I hoped to help them after surrounding the Knights, but there just wasn't enough time.
Lady Catherine, the Federation Army has us completely surrounded.
Did they let their allies die in order to trap us? Hurry and forge an escape route. We will find a way to survive this.
I will proceed swiftly to Catherine's aid.
They surrounded us, huh? We're in hot water now, Kathy.
If we can convince some of them to surrender, we'll reduce our number of casualties.
I don't think she's a knight. She might surrender if we talk to her.
We can't let a single one get away. We have to whittle down the church forces as much as possible.
I'm happy to help. Take a breather.
You maybe let me go? I'd really rather not try if I can avoid it. Hey, why don't we just stop? You dying here won't accomplish anything, right? You got me there. I guess I'll do what you ask. You did beat me after all.
Hey, you're not with the Knights of Saros. You got Noble written all over you. Why not join us? We'll treat you right.
Maybe that's for the best. After all, I have a dream to fulfill.
What a mess I've gotten myself into. We'll just have to buckle down and prepare for a fight.
So we are to claim victory by sacrificing the Imperial Arch? How is this conscionable?
Sacrificing our allies in order to win. Is that really the kind of leader you are, Claude?
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's try this. All right. Thunder Catherine's the only one left. Everyone, attack! You're done!
I'll take as many of you Federation cowards with me as I can. You won't defeat me that easily. Come on, give me all you... Defend God!
We've got... The only thing they'll be reporting is failure.
I bet
I will never let you lay a finger on Lady Rhea with those filthy hands.
That was an ugly battle.
Your Majesty, it appears that none of the Church's soldiers have survived the battle.
What about our allies?
The Federation troops sustained minimal casualties. However, the Imperial forces appear to have been wiped out. That includes General Randolph.
I'm sorry to hear that. Tell everyone to start getting their things together.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Not one enemy made it off the battlefield alive. From a tactical standpoint, that's an ideal outcome. At least, it's supposed to be. But it still leaves me with a bad taste in my mouth. Even so, the only way I can go is forward. Now that I've taken this first step, there's no turning back. Not after what I've already done. These hands will never be clean again.
Claude, what happened out there? You left those Imperial troops to die. Was that your plan all along?
I wanted to win that battle with as few casualties on our side as possible. What other choice did I have?
You had plenty of other options. Did you really think we couldn't handle it?
Our military capabilities only go so far. We can't risk losing even one of our capable commanders, no matter how unlikely that might be.
But that kind of thinking got Randolph killed. You signed that pact. Wasn't he supposed to be our ally? I don't see the value in sacrificing lives that we might have been able to save. How does that make you any different from the nobles who just throw mercenary lives to the wind? Am I gonna be next?
Of course not. I could never replace you. Please, you've got to understand that.
You should listen to what your commander is saying, Your Majesty. Everyone else feels the same way, myself included. You're the king of the Leicester Federation. You have to conduct this war in a way that inspires people to follow you.
I hear what you're saying, but what good does it do if we fight honorably just to lose?
Why are you assuming we'd lose? You should know better than to write off your own army like that. Don't you agree, kid?
You need to have more faith in us. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to put our faith in you.
You're not fighting this war by yourself. We're all a team here. So you need to sit down and have a long, hard think about what that really means.
Okay, I'll give it some thought. But I can't guarantee I'll arrive at the answer you want me to. I'm going to follow the path I believe in. That's what I set out to do as king. Let's just make sure Randolph's remains get back to the Empire for a proper burial.